Good. Welcome to today's edition. Today we are doing Abrefa question 3. Then we come to capital reduction. Capital reduction is the topic of the day. But before that, let's go through the last week's assignment. Give a minute to do the capital reduction. Okay, which page number? Page 23, right? Yes, page 23. Abrefa Limited. Abrefa Limited. Page 23. Abrefa Limited. Abrefa. Is that Yehuada? No, that's not Yehuada. No, it was question 4. Abrefa. So, and I believe most of you have gone through, so you will fast there. Good. Okay, so let's go straight to the requirement. It says that as a new engaged management accountant, you are required to report to the Board of Success Limited, indicating whether or not the project is worthwhile using the NPV and internal rate of return. Good. The one who sent me the answer, your internal rate of return wasn't part. Good. Okay. Good. Now let's see. We brought it in. I've seen it. Good. Okay, now let's start scanning through the question. This question is similar to Kwame. Yes, this question is similar to Kwame. Where is Kwame? Good, this is Kwame. So you see, this is just the break-even rate. That's IRR. So that one to come in. So that's question 4. That one is question 3. Good. So that this one is a bit tricky. Abrefa has just set up Success Limited, which is seeking a profitable ventures to invest the capital Abrefa had accumulated during the several years of his work as a public servant through savings. The company has engaged you as management accountant. Information gathered through a survey indicate that if the company introduces its new line, YOI, the following is likely to result. Note 1. Sales of 15,000 units could be achieved if the price were set at 200 Ghana cedis per unit. Good. So the 15,000 is going to be throughout the project life. Variable cost will be 175 per unit. Fixed cost would amount to 75,000 per annum. Would. It's not their general fixed cost. We want the fixed cost that they will incur. We call it project specific fixed cost. We don't like the general fixed cost, not at all, because it's not incremental, it's not incidental. We want the project specific. And either they will tell you incremental fixed cost is this, good, or fixed cost of this will be incurred. So here they say would amount to, good. So that is it. So we need it. If there's no other information, we need it. The life of the project is expected to be 5 years. Cost of capital is 10%. Note 4. Hey, sorry, note 6. Additional 300,000 will have to be spent. Additional 300,000 will have to be spent on development before production can commence. The amount of development cost includes of 200,000, representing time spent on research and development personnel. If these personnel were not working on this project, they would devote their time to pure research. In fact, basically, research should not form part. Research costs, market survey, feasibility studies, all these ones are what sunk cost. So that 200,000 should not be part. But, or however, development cost should be part of it. Good. So here the development cost will be what? 100,000, which will be the 300,000 less 200. Good. Now let's move on. The final note states that special plans will have to be purchased for 100,000 immediately. Meaning year zero. Immediately means now. Now means year zero. Good. This should be depreciated at the rate of 25%. The depreciation of the special plant is included in the fixed cost. Wow. Do you need depreciation? No. Depreciation should not form part of the cash flows. Why? Because non-cash item. Good. So depreciation will be 25% on 100,000. You take it off, then you are done. So good news. So now that we've scanned through, now let's go to the solution board. Now here, realize that the cash flows are going to be the same for all the 5-year period because they didn't give the units for respective year. So it's going to be 15,000 throughout. All the costs will run throughout. Everything will be the same throughout. And when happening that, we will call it the cash flows are constant. Constant cash flows. The items are going to be the same throughout. Constant cash flow. In that case, you don't need to do all the 5 years. You don't need to estimate the cash flow for all the 5 years. You have to do workings just for one and then bring it to the MPV calculation. So let's go to the board. Hey, where's the board? The board. Okay, the board is here. Yes. Good. Now let's go to the board. Wow. But I like your answer. I really like your answer. The answer that you are giving me. Okay. Good. Now, you will say that NPV of the project. Everybody can see. I cannot see well. Okay. I think today my board is not that clear. Are you? Let's manage it like that. NPV. But before we calculate the NPV, we should go and estimate the cash flows, the net cash flow. Yeah, the cash flows are going to be the same. If they are the same, you don't need to do this. Year 0, year 1, year 2, up to year 5. And you start sales, variable cost, fixed cost, tax, and then the other item. No. If they are the same, you don't need to do this. Just do one. Because time will not be at your side. Just do for one or just for 1 year. And use the vertical approach to calculate what the NPV when the cash flows are constant. However, if the cash flows are different, then you have to use the horizontal approach. So take it. So before we start the NPV, we go and do our workings and get the net cash flow and bring it in. Or we can set up the table. So we put our year, our net cash flow. So net what? Cash flow. Net cash flow. What do you know? Discount factor. And then PV of cash flows. Good. Okay. They are for how many years? 5 years. Good. So that is it. They are for 5 years. Okay. From this one. Good. So year 0. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. MPV comes. Follow. Good. So you see, when the cash flows are constant, go and do your adjustments and bring them here, discount it and get a PV. Good. Now workings. So workings number 1, net cash flow. The net cash flow. Now, let's see. So we start from the sales up to the very last figure. So our Ghana city should be here, but we may rate 3 zeros. Now let's see the sales value. So sales. They say the sales unit should be 15,000. and the price will be set at what, 200 Ghana cedis. If you multiply this figure or do this calculation, you get 3 million. But so let's create 3 zeros. Okay. Now we have the 3 zeros there. So once we have the 3 zeros, then we can now so that it will be 15 times 200 Ghana cedis. Let's not bring the Ghana cedi here. So that will give us 3,000. I hope everyone gets that. So that's the sales value, 3,000. What's the variable cost? Variable cost to the open bracket is saying 15 by 175. Please, what's the answer? Yes. The variable cost will be 15 by 175. Where's my calculator? So that will be 15 times 2625. So 2625. So 2625. Then you put it in bracket because all costs will be in brackets. What's the gain? The fixed costs. You bring your fixed cost. Just that we have to take off the depreciation. Yes, they say depreciation has been included. So workings number 2, depreciation. How do you calculate depreciation? They are saying that it will be depreciated on straight line 25%. So depreciation will be 25% on the capital cost. The capital cost of the asset is what? It's 100. So it's 100,000. So depreciation will be 25,000, right? Good. That's the depreciation. Depreciation will be 25,000 Ghana cedis. Because we are raising 3 zeros, we record only 25. So the fixed cost is 75. The fixed cost is what? 75. So 75 less 25. Why are we taking off the 25? Because depreciation is non-cash. It must not be treated. Here I wrote 25,000 because it's full amount. Here I wrote 25 because average was 3 zeros. So take note. Good. So that is it. Now bringing it here, what do you get? 50, right? Good. Put in brackets. Hey, do not go there. Do not go there. Do not go there. Good. So please, what is the net cash flow? We are done. This is the net cash flow. I'll take the depreciation off and then I'll get the net cash flow. Good. So net cash flow. That will be, kindly get a figure for me. Then you'll be fine. Good. Wow, that's good. 325. 325. Good. So that's the net cash flow. The net cash flow. Okay. So you come to the MPV layout and then you record 325 throughout. So you'll be 325, 325, 325, 325, 325. Finally. Good. You don't need to be doing this for 5 times or 5 years. Good. What is the year 0? The cost of investment, the cash flow for year 0. Now let's go and do that workings. Don't forget I've played the workings number 2. So to be workings 3. That's the initial outlay or capital cost or cost of investment. So cost of what? Investment. Cost of investment. Good. Now, this cost of investment include the acquisition of the special plant. The special plant, the cost is what? Let's write 3 zeros here too. That will be 100. Hey, that part of the board is not coming. Oh, sorry. That part is not coming. Sorry. Oh, I hope you can see it now. Okay. Good. Last, the development cost. That one, you have to take off the research cost from it. The research cost was 200,000. So it will be 300 less what? The 200. So finally, hey, that one is not coming. They're in trouble. So you add 100. Good. So you get what? 200. So the capital cost is 200. Now, why are we adding the development cost? Please. Development cost should be part of the project life. It's a capital cost where research must be what? Expense. And research and feasibility studies, they are sunk cost or past cost, which is supposed to be part of the relevant cash flow. And they have added it to the development cost so that they had what? 300. We take it off and get 100. So take note. Any question? Good. No question. No question. Now let's go back to the MPV layout. So we know that our capital cost of investment is 200. But don't forget to read the 3 zeros because we are working in thousands. If you don't see that 3 zeros there, trouble for you. Good. What's the cost of capital? The cost of capital. The cost of capital. Who can tell me the cost of capital? The cost of capital. The cost of capital. Good. Cost of capital. Okay, that's 10%. Yeah, the cost of capital, 10%. Please put in bracket here. Yes, good. 10%. Now let's get the discount factors. There will be 1, 0.909, 0.826, 0.751, 0.683, and 0.621. That's the cost of capital. Good. Now get me the present value. Then let me put them in. For the year 1, for year 0 now, it will be 200 negative. Put in brackets. So what are the PVs? Can we give them to me and let me pick it up? Okay, the answers are ready. You can't see the cost of investment. Okay. That workings was here. Actually, I don't know what's wrong with the camera. Cost of investment. Go down. Oh, this is the cost of investments. We added a special cost of the special plant. That's 100. Plus the development cost of 100, making 200,000. Good. So that is it. Good. Now let's go back to the board. Okay, good. Okay, so year 1 is what? 295.43. So 295.43. Good. 268.45. 268.45. 244.08. 244.08. Then what again? What about year 4? 221. 221.96, right? Good. Then 201.83. 201.83. Good. 201.83. Okay. So that is it. Now, what is the NPV? So therefore, the NPV will be, summing it from here to down, and that's the end of the NPV. So I'll use a second approach to do this. NPV is what? $1,03175. Okay, the NPV is 1,031.75. Okay, good. So that's the NPV. We are done. Any question for me? And I'll show alternative. Year 4 is 221.98. Okay, I made it 96. Wow. Difference of majority. Good. Okay. Okay, good. So let me quickly go through the alternatives. Now, alternative approach. Sorry. The workings. Don't need to forget it. Let's go to the alternative approach to the NPV calculation. Yes. Alternative. When the cash flows are constant, like the same throughout, what if I give you 44 years or 10 years? You have to do this table for 10 solid years. No, there should be a way out. So the alternative approach would be the shortcut approach. That one use the annuity method. So the same NPV. I'll put NPV here and put a year and put the net cash flow. So net cash flow. And say discount factor. Just that this discount factor will be annuity factor. I will explain. Yes. And then the PV of what? Cash flows. Everybody can see this. Good. Let me come out here. Good. Good. Now here, that one to start from year 0. So year 0 and year 1 up to 5, because the cash flows are the same. Year 1 up to 5. It's just a repetition of the same figure. Yes. So year 1 to 5, which will be 3, 2, 5. Good. Year 1 to 5. The cash flow is going to be constant. 3, 2, 5. Our cash flow for year 0 is what? 200 negative. Don't forget your 3 zeros. So, problem. Okay. So that is it. This is the alternative. But still, estimation of the cash flow is very important. So after getting that one, before you do the shortcut approach. Okay. So here, the discount factor, year 0, whether annuity factor, whether discount factor, whether perpetuity factor, year 0 is always 1. Good. Because 1 CD today is the same as 1 CD. Unless the time changes. Probably the next day or the next year, change value. Now here we're going to use a formula annuity factor. So here it will be 1 minus 1 plus the R, all to the power minus n, all divided by what? R. So here this is the annuity factor. Now when you sum up all these figures, the discount factor from year 1 up to year 5, when you sum it up, the answer that it will give us the same. It will be the same as this. So that is it. Now, if I should sum it up here, I'll get like 3.971 or so. Good. if you sum all the discount factors up, then we come here, we sum it up, 0.909 plus up to the year 5 discount factor, you get something like this. There's one single formula that will help us to get this good. So that if I'm multiplying 3 by the same, multiplying the same figure by different amounts, then the same as you summing up the discount factors and multiply by the constant cash flow. And that formula is this. So please, just capture it as usual. Take a snapshot of it and then save it in a memory. Good. So here to be 1 plus 1 plus the discount factor is 0.1 to the power minus 5. Good. All divided by all of these divided by 0.1. Please, what's the answer? And then you keep it in there. We call it annuity factor. It's not a discount factor. Discount factor means one single discount. But if you are discounting a lot of cash flow constantly, at the same time, to just get one value for all, then it is what? Annuity factor. Okay. 3.79. There's one view. 3.79, not 97. Sorry. Formula. So 3.79. 79. Some other one to it. Some other one to it. Some other one to it. So this, what do you get doing this calculation? The answer. 1032. No, I'll disagree with the answer. The answer should be 3.791 to 3 decimal places. So I don't know how this calculator can display this one. It can be. Okay. Good. So it should be 1 plus 1.1 to the power minus 5, all divided by .1. Good. So what do you get? I have my answers ready. Please, everybody should get that answer. 0.1. 3.791. So I had 3.791. Please, those with macular calculators, you can't do this unless you do it step by step. So this 3.7, good. So run into 3 decimal places. It should be 3 decimal places. I like that. 3 decimal places. It should be 3 decimal places. All the discount factors must be 3 decimal places. Good. Okay. Now let's go back. Check this thing here. Okay, so now that we know that the annuity factor for 10%, annuity factor for 10% for 5 years, the present value will be what? 3.791. Good. So you multiply to get a PV. You multiply to get a PV. So what will be the PV? The present value. What will be the present value? What will be the present value? See. So, Mr. Sufas, you had 1032. No, still 132 3.08. So the present value will be, you multiply the net cash flow by what? The discount factor or the annuity factor of 3.791. That will give us 1232.08. So let me go ahead and keep it. So to be, let me do the years on first. That's 200 negative. 200 negative somewhere. Somewhere. 200 negative Then here will be 1, 1, 3, 1, 3 or 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 2.2. Which one should I pick? There's not. Let me pick. Let me pick. .07, right? I'll pick .075. .075. That's the. But let me just make it one. Let me make it one. Let me make it one. Let me make it one. Good. So the MPV will be MPV. It will be the same answer as what this. It's an alternative. I'll explain when to use this method and when to use this method and when to use the third approach. So now you have 3 ways of calculating MPV. Good. Depending on the question. So the MPV will be 1032.1. Good. So that is it. Good. Good. Do you have question? Is there 8? Okay, so let's round it to 1. Yeah, so let's round it to 1. Please, if you're writing the MPV in full, the MPV is not 1,032. The MPV is 1 million. Don't forget that you phrase your 3 zeros. So as you're writing the report, don't forget to bring the 3 zeros. So if I should write it in full, if I should write the MPV in full, the MPV will be 1032,100. So this will be the full MPV. But because here you read 3 zeros, so working in thousands. So that's it. Now let me explain when to use this approach. When to use this approach. We solved one question, and it was 15 years and 14 years. It was 2 projects. When the cash flows are the same and going for, let's say, 8, going 8, 10, 15, 20, and more. That one, you can't use this table. Even though the cash flows are constant, you can't use the table. Because you're going to do this for 20 years. You're going to do line for 20 solid times. Time might not be at your end in the exam room. And besides, sheets and pen and energy. Good. So please, if the years are from 8 years going, then go by this approach. Good. But for 5 years, 1 up to 5, 1 to 5 years, please use this one. 1 to 5 years, because for 5 years, estimating discount factor for 5 years is not a big job. It's not a big deal. As estimating discount factor for 15 years, that's quite involving. And time I not get to side the exam. We only have 3 hours to all the 5 questions I want to answer. So take notes. When to use this approach, when to use this approach. And anytime you need MPV, but it is not a final answer. You need MPV to do some calculation. You can use this approach to just fasten your process. So I'm done with the NPV. Any question from going to the internet of the thing? Question time and understanding time. I hope everyone is fine with the question. Oh. Okay, someone have a question? Hey. Now we are going to calculate the internal rate of return. And here I'll use a shortcut approach. I won't go through this long one again. But at least you have to go through the long one. Let's start with it. So internal rate of return. Good. Another question again. Okay, I think very talking. Okay, let me see. So for internal rate of return, we say it's a guesswork, right? So let's guess our rate. Let's try and choose a rate which is different from the cost of capital. Let's see. Now let's rate A. Now rate A. You want any rate at all, apart from 10%. Any rate at all. Let's choose any rate at all. Any rate for me. Any rate at all. Okay, I'll choose 18%. Good, rate A is 18%. So therefore, NPVA. Either you do this small a here, or you put it in a bracket. So, okay, someone suggested 15, but I wrote my 18 before your own. So don't worry. The next one, I'll choose 15 for you. So NPVA, all what you have to do is do the table again. Go and do your workings. Calculate the first NPV if the cost of capital is what 18%. Calculate your NPV if the cost of capital is what 18%. So and here I'll use a shortcut approach, but please you have to use the table. So all what I have to do is to change the discount factor from 10 to what? 18. So now it will be 18%. So I'll have an annuity factor of 1 into bracket 1 plus 0.18 to the power minus 5, all divided by 0.18. Please, what's the answer? That's the only thing that will change you. So 18, so that will be 1 plus 1.18 to the power minus 5, all divided by 0.18. Good. Any answer for me? 0.18. Good. That's 3.127. Agreed. Please, everybody should get the same answer. Because we've gone through. Okay, waiting. Please, any answer for me? So 3.127. So 127. So that's the annuity factor. So I just have to keep it here and then I have to clean the TV over there. Yes. So the 200 will be intact, no change. So what will be the PV of all the cash inflows? So 325 by what? 31 no by 3.127. Wow. What do you get? This was the answer. Please, the answer. Or it's my network that's playing. Okay, I have mine here. So I'll give us 1,016.275. Agreed. So that's what I have. So the NPV will be NPV. No, that's right. NPV will be NPV. That's NPVA. So answer less 200 Ghana. That'll give us 816, right? Okay, so 816.275. Perfect. And it's positive, so we come back here and put it in. The MPVA is what? Positive 816 7275. Please. Here I'll write it in full because it's in thousands. Don't forget that it's in thousands. Can still maintain the 816.275. It will not change anything. Good. Do not change the solution. But maintain. We are done. Therefore, we are now the rate A. Now let's do the second rate. Let's get the second rate. So come on. Rate B. So what do we say? Now the first NPV is what? Positive. Yes, I like your question. Someone said no. Wow. Okay. Now, the rate B. Now let's get the rate B. The rate B will be once the first NPV is positive, what will be the rate B? Good. I'll come to your question. Yes, I'll come to your question. So rate B should be 25%. Okay. Because the NPV is what? Positive. Choose a rate which will render this NPV to be what? Negative. Good. So any rate which is higher than 18. So 25, I'll pick that. So 25%. So now let's go and calculate the NPV again. So here they say you don't need to go and start your cash flow estimation all over again. No. Just pick this 325 and work with it. So here all what I have to change is in the second NPV. Let me calculate the second NPV here. I think after that. So this is NPVA. So NPVB will be what? That one, so I'm using the shortcut approach. Please, if there's a need for you to use the long approach, do that. So net cash flow, discount factor is at 25%. Good. Now the PV. So what's the discount factor or the annuity factor? So here 0, 1 up to 5. Because the cash flows are what? Constant. Good. Because the cash flows are constant. Wow. The answer is in already. Eh? Okay. So here will be 200 negative 325. So discount factor will be 1. 200 negative. What about here? 18%. Hey, you can't see. Sorry. That bit of the board is not coming. Please, what will be the discount factor? The annuity factor 2.6. Good. In fact, yes, can do that. Good. So you have 2.689. So 2.689. Please, what will be the total cash flow? The total cash flow. This year I'm doing this because the estimation of the cash flow is so easy. Calculation of the MPV is so easy. That's why I'm doing the 2 MPV. That's why I'm calculating the 2 MPV. Because we could have just stick to the first, use the first one. If you get 10% your MPV, you choose the first MPV that we had. Then you move on. Yes, and then first. No, I will explain that. So your answer is what? Oh, why is the comment disturbing me today? 873.925. So 873.925. So therefore, the MPV will be NPVB. Still positive, yes. It means that this cash flow or this project will have a higher internal rate of return. What's the MPV? 673.925. Anytime the second MPV is still the same as the first MPV, it means that that cash flow or that project will have a bigger internal rate of return. Good. So now let's go back to our calculation. What will be the NPVB? I'll pick all your suggestions. NPVB. NPVB is what? 673.925. So if you are using the dots, if you are not using the dots, we come out. Good. Because you are working in thousands. So let me come back here. So therefore, it's still positive. Please don't change your answer. Don't work until you get negative, not at all. Once you have what? Selected a discount factor, which is what? Higher, 25%, which is higher than 18, that's all. Once your discount factor is higher than 18, that's all. Good. Now let's go to the internal rate of return. Now the remaining part of the work or the remaining part of the job is a formula work. So internal rate of return is equal to, let me quote the formula, because the more I quote the formula, the more I remember. Good. So it will be rate A, the first discount factor, plus the first MPV, MPVA, all divided by the first MPV, that's MPVA, plus the second MPV, that's MPVB, all times the rate B minus rate A. Good. And we have calculated all this, so we just have to do substitution. So now rate A, which is 18%, not 10%. Yeah, I want to do something here. That's why I calculated different figure. 18 plus into bracket. The first MPV is 816,275, all divided by 816,275 plus, but I should have raising 3 zeros here to round it to, because these huge figures, it's not good at you. Good. So rate B is 25 minus 18. What will be the answer? 25 minus, okay, I have space, but I'm continuing. I think I have some small space here. It will be 25% less what? 18. Now give us 7, right? Wow. Okay, I like your answers. I will explain them. Good. Good. I like your questions too. Okay. Now, what's the answer? What's the internal rate of return? Kindly do the calculation for me. I've seen all your questions. I'll pick it up and then do justice to them. Yes. I will explain all the questions one after the other. I'll pick all your questions and explain them. Good. Good. This was the answer. Please, you have 28. Wow. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it together. Yes, 18% too. 58.138%. Wow, that's interesting. So that would be, if I should do it individually, 18% plus bracket this times this. So what is in the bracket will be 275 all divided by 18,16275 less 673,925. So that would be 5.73 times what? 7. Good. So what's the final answer? Wow, 58. Good. So the final answer will be 58. So 18 plus 5.73 times 7. Oh, so that's 58.11%. So estimated at 58.11%. Good. Now, let me respond to all your questions. The question you're asking is that, can we use the first discount factor, the company's cost of capital, as the first rate, so that please the answer is positive. Please the answer is positive. Good. So in short, the first NPV that you've calculated, maintain it and get the second NPV. Get the second discount factor. To calculate the second NPV to be fast in the exams. But if the cash flows are like easy, they are constant like this, then why not? You can get a different discount factor to calculate the new NPV or the two different NPVs and use them for calculation. So it will be this. Let the first rate be 10%, the first NPV that we had, and get the second rate so that you finish fast. So you get the second rate, that's rate B, then 18%, then you calculate your NPV at that rate, then finally you use it to calculate your internal rate of return. Though the rate must be different from the company's cost of capital during the guesswork, that's the rule. Although the cost of capital that you have to guess should be different from the company's cost of capital. That's the idea, because you get the same, it might not give you the answer. Well, it's an average. It's an average between two values. So that is it. No, it is NPV A less NPV B. That is it. NPV A less NPV B. It's not plus. Good. It's less. Good. Please, there's alternative. I think about 2 to 3 alternative formula for finding the internal rate of return. So take notes. There's alternative, but this is the widely used approach. Good. Okay. Yes, so the answer is this. Once you have the first MPV, just get the second one and then continue. You are done. Once you have the first MPV, just get the second one and then continue. You are done. Good. Once you have the first MPV. Good. Okay, so I'm done with the internal rate of return. I think tomorrow I'll bring another question again, challenging on internal rate of return for us to. Yes. Yes. Good. Okay. Now let me have all your questions and then let me start wrapping up for the internal rate of return and start with the next topic. We may start the next topic probably tomorrow. Yeah, we may start the next topic looking at the time. We may and then debate more on the internal rate of return. Debate more on the internal rate of return. Okay. Now to get it clear, okay, some have a question. Let's go and pick your question.